Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca. I hope you are all well. We're going to get a section done on my heaven and earth design today. I'm not set up with it, and you may or may not notice from last week, but I have not done the section I normally do. So what I try to do is I try to do a section off camera to match every section I do on camera, just so that we can have some progress, basically, some progress with this. But this week, it has not happened. Actually, hang on, I am not quite got everything in. There we go. Let's try that. Yeah, it has been a bit of a crazy week. Of course, it was, even before last week, it was launch. I'm trying to think what sort of dates I'm on. So, yeah, I've seemed to have missed a complete week, is what I feel like at the moment. And I sort of have. So we had launch on Friday the 4th, and I did do my heaven and earth design section last week. I did it after packing all the orders and things from launch. But then it was after that, it was the day after completing the heaven and earth design that things went pear-shaped, should we say, or pear-shaped for me anyway. So hang on, let me just get that one. Basically I spent 2 days vlogging while packing for the launch as well. One of those has gone up, and I love vlogging things like launch and things that I need to do within my week, because I'm still getting things done, but I'm also filming at the same time, which is great. However, the editing is not quite the same. So the editing does take a lot longer for a vlog, which is fine. But I had problems with my software / my Mac / the whole kit and caboodle. So basically I finished on the Monday. I finished the Monday's vlog, transferred all the data to my computer, filmed the vlog on the Tuesday, transferred all that to my computer to be able to free up my memory card, filmed the last week's section of this, and had so much trouble finding enough space on my computer to get that off my computer and onto YouTube. So I had a lot of messing about to get that to do. It was doing it where it would tell me that it had compiled the whole video and exported it all, and it didn't actually do the full thing. So instead of, I think it was 34 minutes last week, it ended up coming out at 18. So I had a lot of messing about to get that done. I then filmed an unboxing that was due to go up on the Friday. Left it on my memory card and thought, okay, I will get my vlog sorted out so that I can get the files off my computer and therefore free up space for future videos. I'll get the editing done. So I spent all day Friday, apart from packing orders, I spent all day Friday editing 2 vlogs that had 5-6 hours of footage each. Because of course I didn't include the footage when I knew I wasn't going to fast forward it. So there was loads of things I did off camera and came back to say I'd done. Anyway, had loads of footage, got it all edited. Oh, I had faults up the wazoo that kept coming from this file. It would go to export and an hour later it would be stuck on the last sort of section. Went out on the Saturday morning and got a hard drive, an external hard drive. But you can't take movies out, or you can't take film clips out of my movie software after they've been imported. Well, actually, I have found a workaround now, but at the time I hadn't found a workaround to get the clips out to then mess about with the footage I had on my camera. So yeah, I was having trouble. It was either I was at the point of trying to figure out what I could do, trying to figure out if there was faults with it, all that sort of faults with the files that were on there, messing about with all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I got an external hard drive, moved all of my editing software and in turn all the clips to the external software. Again, still hitting the same problems when trying to export, still having problems. So it's not a software size issue. I did all sorts over the weekend. So I ended up spending all weekend working. Could not figure out what was going on. I even tried re-editing the vlog from scratch at one point. Trying to get it to work. Tried splitting it up into sections. So exporting, trying to export multiple different little sections to see if, I could figure out where maybe there was a clip with a fault in it. Managed to export one section, then couldn't export the next, all the rest of it. Anyway, that's why there wasn't a Sunday whip and waffle, because even if I could have filmed it, I couldn't have got it up onto YouTube because I couldn't get the other vlog data off. And I wasn't at the point yet of just deleting the vlogs and not uploading them. I'm a bit too stubborn for that. So I wasn't yet at that point. So I hit it again on Monday. And yeah, was pulling apart all the work that I'd done, doing separate little clips, whatever else, Googling to my heart's content, Googling everything, anything and everything that I could find to figure this out. And I happened to stumble across a comment on somebody else's post that was having the same issue, though they solved it a different way. So there was a couple of different ways that had been suggested, and I'd tried both of those. But anyway, somebody commented saying that they'd had the same issue. They'd even upgraded their software to a higher quality editor, which is one of the other things I was thinking of doing. I'd got to the point where I'd figured out a way of getting my clips out of iMovie, so I was thinking of doing that, getting them out of there and, basically putting them to one side and dealing with them another day. And a comment came up saying that they'd had the same problem and they found out it was when they sped clips up that had the original audio in them. Now, I've sped clips up on my footage before, but I've never left the original audio in normally. I take it out and put music in instead. But I had a lot of clips sped up on this vlog that was just me putting tape on parcels, and it was 2 seconds worth of sped up footage. Like by the time I'd timed it by 20, it ended up being a few seconds. So I'd left the audio files in, thinking it'll be fine. You know, you can just hear a sped up version of me putting tape on. It didn't sound horrid. Turns out that was the problem. So Monday, I ended up working late into the evening, sort of basically testing this out. So edited one day of the vlog and updated it all to be music on the sped up clips and exported it, and it worked. And I sang hallelujah. And then, of course, I then had to export the second day's vlog and things. So yeah, I ended up losing 4 days to it all. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday to sort of editing and figuring it out. Now, I would have lost 1 day potentially to the editing and sorting out anyway. But yeah, it wouldn't have taken as long. And if I didn't struggle with the storage space, then I would have just done one at a time. So I wouldn't have lost the whole day. I'd have only potentially lost a half a day to it. But yeah, anyway, that's why I have been a little bit MIA with my what was scheduled videos. I have an unboxing that is still on the memory card, waiting to get uploaded, that I have sort of readjusted and got that scheduled in now, which is good. I've readjusted my schedule to get everything in that I need to get in, and I have got both vlogs edited and uploaded, which is fantastic. It means I can fully delete the files and actually be able to start using my software again a little bit quicker. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know, in probably the longest way possible, why my schedule has been a bit off. Like it's still taking me a little bit to get back into it. I've got a very long to-do list that I'm slowly but surely working through. But my aim was to, of course, keep my YouTube up to date, which didn't happen. So hopefully we are now all back on track. I've still got my June waffle painting to de-kit. I've got loads and loads of things that I want to film, you know, including the whip and waffles and things. I need to start thinking about what my next vlog after the second half of launch might be. Yeah, try and get all of that sort of things sorted and ready. But yeah, hopefully I am back now. Let's see. I'm filming this on a Thursday. So I'm filming this on the day that it is supposed to be going up. And I've got a few videos. It's mainly I've got my Sunday whip and waffle to try and film as well. Though that'll be tomorrow. I've got too many orders to pack today. And yeah, hopefully I will be able to get back on track. So if it still seems a little bit spotty, that's why. I'm trying to catch up on 4 days of missed. Well, 3. I suppose, no, I mean, 2 days of it was my weekend, but I do have a few working weekends coming up because of the size of my to-do list. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling and moaning. The issue has been sorted now. The first vlog is up. The second vlog, I will be getting that scheduled to be uploaded tomorrow. So members should be able to see that from tomorrow at some point. So that'll be ready for you guys to see, especially if your order wasn't in the first one. And hopefully things will get better going forward. I have now got external storage, so my plan is now to just move all filming data or filming files straight onto the external storage. I used to have external storage, and then I accidentally dropped it and it got ruined, the whole thing. But I've got some decent stuff now. So yeah, my plan is to just now back it all up onto there to free up my memory card and sort it from there. So hopefully I won't have the same sort of snags I've had this time. But you know, we live and we learn from mistakes that happen. And yeah, we're back on track. Hopefully I will be able to get a couple of sections of this Heaven and Earth design done. I've actually not been able to diamond paint much at all since I've been back, because I've been working most evenings, or I've just got so much done in the day that I've just done nothing in the evening. It's been one or the other. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get a bit of time in and try and still get caught up on the couple of sections so that we are moving ahead with this project, because I have more big projects I want to do. And yeah, hopefully I can actually get some of my normal diamond painting in as well, but I think that might be asking a bit too much straight off. So anyway, there were comments etc. left on last Thursday's Whip and Waffle. So thank you so much for that. I'll start going through some of these, and then any that I don't pick up, I will pick up on hopefully a Sunday Whip and Waffle. But the cat lady, she says, thank you, Rebecca. She says her order turned up today. So that was, say, last week. She says she's glad that I had a good trip to visit my family, which I did. It feels like an eternity ago, but it was a good trip. It was a very good trip. She said they've been cooler up in Cumbria, she says, but they are supposed to be going to 27 to 30 degrees on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And yes, we did too. That was also another reason that I sort of didn't film the Whip and Waffle, with the hope of sorting out the upload issue in time to still get the Whip and Waffle uploaded. So my plan was to film it on the Friday. Of course, that got pushed. But then come the Saturday, it was just too warm to think about filming, especially when I wasn't guaranteed to be able to edit it and get it up on YouTube either. The heat was just a perfect reason to say, nah, not yet. There's another warm spell, I think, coming soon. Not sure exactly when. At the moment, it's showing signs of rain most of this week, for me anyway, most of this, or the rest of this week. But whether that's rain in the day or whether that's just early hours of the morning, time will tell. Who knows? But yeah, the muggy heat is not fun. It's not fun at all. It is, yeah, it hits different. It's just not nice. But anyway, us Brits talk enough about the weather. Sue, she says she's glad to hear that I enjoyed my trip. She said, how did your mum react to her quilts? Oh, she loved it. She did love it. She did use it as her sort of blanket that she uses on her chair at first, in what they call the den, which is sort of their main living area, really. She did use it there, but it was quite a bit bigger than she thought it would be. Even though it was a lap quilt, it was bigger than she thought. And then she decided to put it on their bed, which is a queen bed, and it fit perfect. And she said a couple of days after she put it on the bed, she was like, oh, she said it is just the extra level of warmth that they needed, because of course they are in winter at the moment. And she was like, it is perfect, it is just the extra layer that we needed, not too much, you know, and not too much warmth, but definitely enough warmth that it's made it perfect for them. So that was good. My sister also loved hers. My sister was a lot louder, but she was well impressed. A friend of theirs has had a quilt and she's been jealous of their quilts, so she's very happy that she now has her own. I haven't quilted a thing since I got back. That is something I would like to pick up again, and yeah, make my blocks with the leftover fabric from the quilts that I did for Australia, and then look at what my next project will be. Very excited to do some of that at some point, just not sure when that will be yet, so we shall see. Well, there is a lot of white in here. I think I am just going to do it by square. I think it'd be easier to mark off my pattern as I go if I just do it by each square, because on Pattern Keeper, if I press and hold, I can select all the unfinished ones in the square and tick them all off. So I think I'll work block by block. Doroby Punk, she says, glad to hear that I had a great time in Australia. She says she is hoping that I am quickly getting things ticked off my to-do list, and find some time to relax and diamond paint. No, I'm not, but I am making progress, which is good. So things are definitely moving forward. I have had a little bit of time to diamond paint on something that I need to make up as a sample. I haven't finished. I've only had one sort of little bit of time to work on it, but I am hoping to get some more in. So I am getting a little bit of diamond painting time, but it is kind of diamond painting time to also tick something off my to-do list. And I'm hoping to get some more time on that this week. But yeah, things are on the up. I've been slowly but surely. I've actually been primarily ticking smaller things off my list this week, just to feel as though I have got somewhere a little bit more, considering how much time I've sort of lost to software problems. But yeah, I'm just glad that it's all sorted now, and yeah, we will get there. I always end up getting there. Things always end up working out. I just personally prefer it if it's not crazy before things get worked out. But yeah, there will be a time for calm, probably around November. She says they had over 30 degrees Celsius last week. She said it wasn't fun. She says, thankfully, their office is quite cool. But her place to diamond paint at home, she says, is under the roof. And it's nearly impossible to do something without sticking to the painting. And I feel you on that one, because I feel as though my arms keep sticking to this diamond painting already, and it's not even that hot today. Like, we're in the 20s, but it's cloud cover. It's not like piping hot today. She says, but it's all good. She says, and this upcoming week, she said, will be nicer weather again after a few days of needed rain and cooler temperatures. Yes, that's for sure. Earlier on in the week, or was it last thing on the Sunday at the weekend, maybe? Anyway, one of the days I remember hearing the rain come in, and you could feel the cool breeze come with it, and you could just feel the temperatures coming down. We actually had a little bit of thunder, a little bit of fork lightning, which is always good for clearing the air. And yeah, it's been so much nicer since. So much easier to do things. Having said that, Catherine actually graduated this week. She graduated on Tuesday. So I was out at her graduation all day. So glad that it wasn't 30 degrees when we were in the actual graduation, because it's about an hour and a half. Involves lots and lots of clapping. But yeah, she looked amazing. She did amazing. She has a degree. Whoop, whoop. But when we came out, I was throwing it down. Absolutely throwing it down. But overall, she had a fantastic day, which is the main thing. It didn't rain before her graduation, which meant she didn't go into the graduation wet or anything like that. So that was all good. And that was, best case scenario for that. So, yeah, it's been a good week, and the rain and the clearer air is well needed. Just needs to now sort of sit in the middle, like I would like a summer. I'd just like a typical British summer at 20 degrees, not 30. Polly, she says she's so glad that my trip was successful and that I got to surprise my dad. She says she's looking forward to Advent this year. She said it will be her third. So glad you're looking forward to it. That is the one thing that has probably suffered a little bit on my side of things from the drama. I am in no way as prepared as I normally am, even though Advent is often started at the beginning of January. Definitely the thoughts and the processes and all things are, but the actual finalisation of things and actual, examples being, just things being collated together and confirmed is a little bit behind where I would like it to be. However, all is not lost, because Megan breaks up for some holidays next week. So hopefully things will be able to have a few days push to box things all off for the 1st of August. Still hoping for the 1st of August. A lot of it is hanging about on EU shipping, though if that is showing signs of getting closer, which it has been, but I'd still prefer it a little bit closer, then we will of course make sure that we have the numbers. We'll release on the 1st, and then we'll confirm EU shipping as soon as possible after that, as long as it's close enough. But we don't want EU to miss out in any way. So if need be, we'll make sure we keep numbers aside for EU. Susan, she says, lovely to see me back from Australia. She says she's glad that my diamond painting designs are a success, which, yes, I'm so happy too. I'm so itching to do some more as well. Like, I know we've got a batch that you guys haven't seen yet, but I'm so itching to do some more. I just need to get caught up. And Advent time probably isn't the best time to try and be designing paintings either anyway. So I will get there. But she says, have you thought of combining two crafting loves and designing a diamond painting square that looks like a quilting square? That is a good idea. We have got some patterns coming up as a future thing, and I'm very excited for some of those to be released because I think they look amazing. But yeah, maybe an actual quilting square may be able to be something that I can look into as well. I'll have a look at those cards that Kim got me for Christmas, the quilting cards, and see whether there's any sort of quilting designs that will work. Maybe I can put some up in my craft space. She says she's looking forward to hearing more about my Australian adventures. She says she spent some time in Sydney last year, she says, and she loved it. She says she realised she saw 0.1% of a beautiful country. She says she will be back someday. She says, love from Canada. Yes, Sydney is amazing. I mean, this trip we didn't particularly do any tourist bits at all. It was purely spending time with family primarily. We did end up coming back with a new card game that we love to play. So if you've got anybody that loves card games, I mean, it's not your normal deck of cards card game. It's called Dutch Blitz. It's really, really good. And as my sister says, one of the things that's really good about it is when you're playing it, you can't think about anything else. Like it's a simple game in relation to the concept. So the concept of it is something that, you know, children can grasp, as long as, you know, they can count to 10 type thing. It's a concept that kids can grasp, but it can be so fast moving that you just have to concentrate on that game. So it is absolutely fantastic for switching off. But yeah, that was one of the things we actually played at my sister's for hours. Played it for hours and ended up coming back with a full set for ourselves to play here. Catherine absolutely loves it. In fact, she keeps trying to get us to play it. We just haven't had a huge amount of time to, but yeah, we're probably due another game of that soon because it is so much fun. And as I say, very, very fast moving. And yeah, just helps you to switch off completely. But Australia's gorgeous, and I'd love to sort of, I think next time I go, try and fit in a couple of days seeing somewhere. Like, I've been to Sydney twice. Both times were only a day trip. But it's amazing what you can see in a day when it's an hour flight. So maybe I'll need to see if there's somewhere else I can go and do sort of a whistle tops tour of while I'm there, and get to see more of what, as you rightly say, is a beautiful country. Even though it's flipping cold when I was there. Never knew Australia could get that cold, but anyway, it wasn't freezing. Wasn't as bad as British winters anyway. Right, that is my section done. So there's a lot of white, but you can definitely see the shading under her top. Where are we? So I think, yeah, this must be her arm or other arm coming up. So maybe it's actually worked out quite well that I end up potentially doing these two sections if I can, because I think that might end up being a lot of black. Ah, yeah, see, there is some activity. This section wouldn't have been too bad to do on camera, but there is a lot of black. And the next part is all black. So maybe I will try and get these two sections done and actually get this done and then just multi-place the rest. Maybe that'll work out as a good way for me to get caught up and get finished up. But yeah, there is my section completed for today. So thank you so much for joining me. I will answer the rest of the questions on hopefully a Sunday whip and waffle that I'm hoping to film tomorrow, all going well. But yeah, I will speak to you all again soon.